we also do a lot of work, both of us, with leadership development. And while
Yes.
we've been talking about this in the context of how we are with each other as coaches, we're also working with leaders to support them in being leaders, not just in doing
Yeah.
leadership. And you've talked about this sort of concept of energetic leadership, which is a phrase, I think maybe one that you've just coined. But how do you see a leader showing up differently than when they are being energetic leaders?
Yeah. I did make that word up. It's
It was
very good.
great.
We also talk a lot about systems, you and I, and we integrate systems thinking in a lot of our work. How do we see the different forces at play within a context, within a person, within an organization, and so on? And ways of also making sense of the data we get from these different forces. And from there, then also, how do you nudge certain things that you want to have happen? And there's so many other things one can do and ways one can engage with systems. And energetic listening and energetic leadership is partly having the awareness of this energetic field, this in-between space that we talked about, can sense into and see someone from more data sources, not just their physical being or the words that they're speaking, but the energies they're giving off, their emotional state, all of it. Can see someone beyond that. You can see someone and engage with them from the space that's existing between us. And all of that from an awareness of the system inside ourselves, inside the space between us and this person or people, inside the larger system that we're engaging with, whether that's a team, an org, a company, a nation, bringing all these contexts and data into our interaction and our sense making. This is what I call energetic leadership, and the need for us to consistently build our capacity for this kind of leading, because it's both people and systems. It's both here and now and then and later. So across multiple timelines, contexts, levels of interactions, size of a group, so many other things. Is how do we then lead from that place of awareness? Where again, it's not just about it's not just about rationalizing things, thinking things through. It's not even just about what we're seeing in front of us, like putting out today's fire or planning against tomorrow's fire. But it's like all of those possible fires and the way that we think about them is bringing all of that into a sort of easeful engagement in the now. I think other forms of leadership, we can rush to the future part of it, or we can lean more heavily on the process or on the people. So this form of leadership is just taking in so much more data.
And using so much more of our capacity as human beings as well. One of the things that we often speak about our courage group is that we reclaiming the humanity in our workplaces and in our leadership. This makes me think of that. And as we work and walk beside leaders to help them lead in all this complexity that you're speaking about, we really do need to access more of our humanity than we've ever accessed before.
This
But it's
is what I
not the
think.
space that is
Right.
different. It's something different for us to try to
Yeah,
lean into.
I so agree with you. And we've been privileged in just learning through our cognitive abilities for many years. And to your point, because we need to learn more, we also need to learn differently and in different ways, as in medium. So the world that we're living in now, because again, the world itself has so much data. And if we're only relying on one avenue of interacting with that data, we're likely going to be missing things, missing information. To me, is missing out on opportunities to grow, to be sustainable, to thrive. The more ways we can listen and then inform how we engage and what we engage around, I think increases the possibilities for something better to happen.